Hello, welcome to my channel. Man, have I got some crazy stuff to tell you today. Check out my stickers on my jacket. These are from my granddaughter who turns 2 today. She wanted me to wear those. So grandma's wearing them because the 2-year-old wants me to. That's what grandmas do, right? We please our little grandchildren. They're just crazy, wonderful children in my eyes. I might be a little bit biased. Okay, I'm gonna share video journal today. The craziness of my life, as I call it. I live in the twilight zone. That's what I call it. It's the twilight zone. I live there. Last night, I was working on, these videos. I'm like getting really excited about this. It's time. So I was saying to him, I want to flood the people with intimacy, with truth. I want to do that. I have done that in the past for one particular person. So I was thinking I should do that this time, only without the pain. My male child. Okay, gonna come back to that just a little bit. But let me move forward here. Last night, I was working through that, and then I didn't sleep well last night. Like sleep is elusive to me. It has been for oodles of years now. And somewhere in the middle of the night, I realized a couple of things. One, I need him to equip me. Now, I already knew this. Okay, I've been saying this for years. I need you to back up my words. I need you to back me up. The things that I say, the truths that I speak, I need you to back them up so people believe me. Because nobody ever believes me, hardly. Most people in my past, if they were a Christian, they rejected me because I was just too radical for them. Too much of an extremist. So they just thought I took this Jesus thing way too seriously. I'm like, well, he did die on the cross for me. He was brutally murdered / voluntarily offered himself up. So that being said, he took his relationship with me pretty seriously. In turn, we're supposed to take our relationship with him serious. We're supposed to follow his example, right? That's what the word says. Therefore, I take my relationship with him very serious. Oh, I need to pop that thoracic back. I need an adjustment in my thoracic area. Bad. Sleeping in the truck, the back seat of the truck, might have something to do with that. But anyway, I realized that is a need I have. I need him to bring this to completion. See, I need him to bring it to completion. I need my superpowers. That's what I call them. I need my superpowers. I need Father to come and dwell in me and give me my superpowers. So what I've been saying for a long time now is I want to be married to Father, Son, and Spirit. And I want all of the spiritual gifts. I want my superpowers. Well, okay. I was saying that last night. And I was saying I want to do that because, well, I have a lot of reasons that I want to do that. But here's one that I'll share. I want to heal the people. I want to heal the masses. And I laid in the truck last night thinking about that for a long time. And part of that stems from, I've said in other videos, I love justice. So I'm a fanatic of the judicial system, following trials, been in and out of court myself, been dragged into court myself. my blog was at risk a while back. I had to go and testify in court. Thankfully, the judge ruled in my favor. Felt like Father was saying he was going to, and I was so thankful he did. Truly appreciate the freedom of speech. Is it raining? It is raining. You're going to have to listen to it rain. Sorry, this is all I got. Paused. I'm not going to edit this because I'm El Natural. Just going to have to deal with the cuts. So I was thinking about wanting to heal people, and part of that stems from my love, one, of the medical system. Not the medical system, but how the medical system works, how the body works. I love the human body. Like, the human body fascinates me. I love anatomy and physiology. And I love me some A and P. Love it. Love how the body works. And I love how we are triune. And I have said to Father for oodles of years, oodles and oodles of years, I want to understand how the physical body works, but I also want to understand how the soul works, the soul body, because we have 3 bodies, and the spirit body, how that works. Each one of them individually, how each body functions individually, but then how they intertwine and interconnect and how they work together. How the soul works with the spirit with the physical body, the soul with the physical body. Like, all 3 of them interconnected, intertwined, how they're working together. That just fascinates me. So I've been asking for years for him to teach me those things, and he has been. I grew up in a medical family. My mom was a nurse. She was a director of nurses for years. I had 2 aunts, or an aunt and uncle that were a nurse. I grew up with my grandmother having cancer and having the port and having to go to my grandma's all the time, taking care of her. People came to our house all the time wanting Mom to treat them, you know. We lived in the little town we lived in was a population of 90, 99, something like that. 1 stop sign. She was the first one they came to, typically, for minor things. I grew up in a medical family, and I love all things medical. That being said, over the years, I've watched a lot of medical shows. Monsters Inside of Me, like the Parasites and Trauma Life in the ER, like surgeries. The gorier, the better. I love it. I love it. Vanessa thinks I'm crazy, but I just love any kind of thing like that. That being said, I've seen a lot of medical shows and watched people be ill. Almost every person that I have loved that has died of cancer. A lot of cancer in my family in past. Lots and lots of cancer. That being said, I have seen the devastation that health has to play on people, individuals, but also on family members. And then I battled a lot of health issues for many years. Father did that on purpose. I didn't like it. But then I've worked for over 20 years trying to bring healing and wholeness to my body. I said in a previous video that I had Hashimoto's thyroiditis, an autoimmune for my thyroid. I had that, and I was on medication for 16 years. Then Father healed my body, treated my body, all 3 bodies, body, soul, and spirit, holistically, and he healed me. And I am now 13 months with no thyroid medication at all. I am not on any medication at all. This is glorious. This is Father. This is a miracle. Because I was very, very, very sick. I've had a lot of surgeries and went through a lot of medical issues. So not only have I seen the devastation that sickness plays on the physical body, the soul body, and the spirit body in other people, but I have experienced it myself. And I know how to get healed. I'm not one of these fake Instagrammer influencer people out there that are telling you they have cancer and they're, whatever, and they're searching for money and they have these help. I genuinely have been healed by Father, and I worked my little fanny off for 16 years to get off that medication. I remember so clearly going to the heart hospital, going to the emergency room, thinking I was having a heart attack. I'd been having chest pain for quite some time, and I'd been just being stupid and ignoring it. Finally, I drove myself to the ER. I'm like, okay, I'm seriously, I think I'm having a heart attack. So I go in and they immediately admit me to the heart hospital. Doctor comes in to see me. They run a bunch of tests, all those tests, I don't even remember. It was a thyroid storm, though, is what I was in. I was in a thyroid storm. And that's how I discovered that I had the thyroid autoimmune disease. And the doctor came in and he said, good news, bad news, it's not your heart, it is your thyroid. And he said, I said, well, how do you treat it? And he said, well, I'm going to give you some medication to take. And I was like, well, how long do I take that? He said, for the rest of your life. I was like, oh no, that's unacceptable. I'm not doing that. That is unacceptable. I'm not taking this medication for the rest of my life. Because my grandpa was a huge influence in my life. And he said a lot of things on repeat. I repeat myself a lot. Okay, I get this from my grandpa, okay? At least in part. It comes from Father also. But he would say to me all the time, he would do this, and he would say, if I cut myself, my body heals. The cut heals. He said, Father created our bodies to heal, given the right conditions. He said that on repeat. The reason being was because his wife, my grandmother, battled cancer for, I can't remember, 10 years plus. I can't remember how long she battled cancer. Started breast cancer, ended up leukemia, and she died from cancer. And he never got over that. We had a lot of conversations about sickness and disease and cancer all those years with my grandpa. He solidified that truth in my mind, that our body was created, designed by Father to heal itself given the right conditions. I never forgot that. When the doctor told me I would be on that medication for the rest of my life, I was like, no, that's unacceptable. There's another way. And I began searching for that way. And Father led me to have a team of doctors, a team. And it wasn't just only doctors, but, oh, that's really loud. That's probably going to be really annoying. Try to make this quick. So he brought me to a place where I got healing, body, soul, and spirit. Because that's what I pursued for a lot of years. And I followed him step by step by step by step. And it was hard at times, because there were times I thought I was never going to get healed. And he told me one day, I'm going to heal you completely 100%. I clung to that for a lot of years. I know what it's like to be in pain, body, soul, and spirit. And I want to bring healing and health to the masses. That's something that I desire. It's a dream that I have. I want to do that for you. So I was saying this to Father last night. I want to bring healing to the masses. I need you to equip me with that, with the equipment, which means I need his spirit. I need my superpowers. I need my superpowers. That led me to the next conclusion. There's a lot with this, okay? A lot with this. And I'm not going to get into it all right here on this video. But I'm going to say this. I was thinking last night, here's another conclusion I came to last night. I feel like I'm Fort Knox. I am so secure in who I am. I'm just outing myself. And I don't even care. Like, I used to care greatly. I was like, I sound crazy. I sound effing crazy. I sound insane. And now I know I do, but I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. Not that I did before. But there's something, and I know who I am now. My identity is secure inside of me. I always told Vanessa would say to me, she would say, you need to be teaching. And I'm like, I know that. But I also want to make sure I know that what I'm saying is truth. Because I don't want to mislead the people. In Christianity, and even outside of Christianity, people all over the world are the blind leading the blind. They don't know that what they're teaching people is deception, lies and deception. They're the blind leading the blind. They think they have the truth. And they don't. They're just arrogant. I have to know that what I'm saying to people is the truth because I don't want to mislead them. I watch people daily misleading other people, leading them to their slaughter, leading them to the path of death. I don't want to do that. I have said for years now, I don't want to tell people wrong. That's so important to me. I don't want to mislead the people. I want to be 100% accurate 100% of the time. And my brothers have said to me, my spiritual brothers, they're like, you can't be that. I'm like, then I'm not going to teach. I don't want to teach. Either Father's going to give me the words and he's going to back those words up, or I'm not going to speak. Because we don't need one more person out there blah, 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 sharing their opinions. Man needs Father. They need Jesus Christ. They need the truth. They need his power, his spirit. They don't need one more man's opinion. We got billions of people, blah, 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 sharing bullshit. My last husband would say, just sit down and write. Because I have oodles of teaching inside of me. Oodles of teaching. And he's like, you've got it. Just sit down and write. I'm like, I'm not going to write my words, one. And I'm not going to write in my time. Father will tell me when to write and what to write. Because we've got billions of books out there written by the flesh of man. We don't need one more person throwing another book in that pile. Doesn't set anyone free. Man's opinions do not set anyone free. Only the truth of Jesus Christ set people free. Okay. So I was saying, Father, I need you to back me up. I need you to equip me so I can teach the truth to people, so I can flood the people with truth, so I can flood them with the intimacy that you and I have. And I need you to back me up with that. I need my superpowers, because otherwise they're not going to believe me. Understandably so. I just sound like another crazy person out there. I watch all these false pastors, false teachers, false prophets, false apostles, false evangelists saying things that are not true, and they don't even care that they're not speaking the truth, where I care. That's what Vanessa says to me. One of the reasons why you should be teaching is because you care whether it's true or false. Because I said to her, I have to know it's true. It doesn't matter whether anybody else thinks it's true or not at this point in time. It's that I have to know that what I'm saying is true. I have to experience it. Experiential knowledge. I have to know intimately the truth. I have to know it's true. 100%. She's like, that's why you should be teaching, because you care and they don't. And I'm like, I know. But it's going to be in Father's time, and it'll be Father's way, and it'll be Father's words. Because my words don't matter. My words are irrelevant. My opinion is irrelevant. Because everybody else's opinion's irrelevant. Okay. I was saying to him this morning, I need you to give me my superpowers. That led me to the next thing, so that I can bring healing, right? Body, soul, and spirit to the masses. But then, in addition to that, I was saying, wow, I need you to bring this to completion. What does that mean? That means I need to get married. Okay, here's where I sound crazy, because there's no man in my life. There was a man in my life. Okay, so I'm going to say this, where I sound crazy again. And I know that it's going to sound crazy to you, but he's going to back this up for me. I'm the woman in Revelation 12 that gave birth to her male child. In part, that means Jesus Christ. Through my spiritual womb. Mary gave birth to him in her natural womb. And then I came along and gave birth to Jesus Christ in my spiritual womb. Through this Revelation 12, the dragon spewing the river of lies and deception out of his mouth to overtake me. That was a long saga. Giving birth to my male child, which is in part the truth. I had to battle for the truth. And then 2, I'll say this. There's a physical man out there in the natural world that I was in love with. Father put a love for him in my heart. And I felt like Father showed me I gave birth to him. That I was supposed to marry him. And he's not in my life anymore. Hasn't been in, gosh, over almost a year now. And he didn't want me in his life. So I left. And he disappeared. He's completely disappeared. I'm confused a little bit about that. I sort of feel like Father is saying he's Christ now. He's been crucified and he's Christ. I don't know. I just know the natural man is gone and all I see is Christ. I see a spiritual man, a supernatural man, Jesus Christ. So I'm the Revelation 12 woman who gave birth to Christ. And then I am the second Eve. Christ is the second Adam who came to fix, redeem what the first Adam, he made mistakes, right? He disobeyed Father's command. And then the first Eve, she disobeyed Father's command. She was deceived. Adam was not deceived. He voluntarily disobeyed. Eve did involuntary disobedience. That's why there's 2 offerings in the Old Covenant and the New Covenant. Involuntary disobedience and voluntary disobedience. That represents the 2 types of disobedience. And then so Christ was sent to redeem what the first Adam did in the male gender. And there's the second Eve, that's me, who was sent to redeem what the first Eve, where she failed mankind. She brought death and curses to mankind through her womb. So I had to give birth to the second Adam, Jesus Christ, through my spiritual womb, to give birth to life and blessings so that I could give life and blessings to the people. It sounds crazy, but it's really cool. Then also, I'm a picture of the bride of Christ, because I have to get married. And in order to get married, I have to go through Jesus Christ to marry Father. That's the mother of the bride, because I gave birth to Christ through my spiritual womb. I will give birth to the bride of Christ and raise her up to be a purified body, building the third temple, which is Jesus Christ as the head, and the female gender of the bride, okay, a bride of Christ as his body, and also the male gender, which would be the one new man. So there's male and female. They're going to come. I'm going to give birth to them and then raise them up as the mother of the bride of Christ and the one new man, so that they can be under the headship of Jesus Christ. That would be father and mother. Father being my spouse, me being the mother, but also going through Christ. It's crazy. It's so complex, so convoluted, so multifaceted, so complicated. It's difficult for the little finite mind to understand. It has been difficult for me to understand. It's been quite the journey that I have been on over 30 years now, especially the last 20, and more so, even worse, going on year 8 of being Joseph in prison. So I feel free. I was saying to him last night, I feel like Fort Knox. When I was living at Hannah's, I saw a vision of Brink's security truck pulling up. That's the one, that does the money. And I felt that. I feel like I have become so secure in who I am. I just say my stuff, and whether you accept it or reject it, it's irrelevant to me in the sense of it doesn't impact my identity. Now, do I want you to accept the truth? Yes, I do, because I want to give birth to Father's children and raise them up and build an army, build the body of Christ. I'm the bridge to bridge the gap between Christ and his bride, Christ and the one new man, to build that. So that's who I am. But I was saying to him through the night and this morning, I got to get married. I got to get married. We need to get married, because that's the only way this is going to be complete. Like, that was rock solid to me this morning, like an immovable mountain. I've got to get married. Now, I sound crazy because there's no man in my life. But he did say that I would fall in love in the fall. And this is the fall, because I'm continuing to fall and somersault downward, because I'm sharing this stuff publicly with the masses in the videos. That's a very humbling thing for me, because I don't do that. I've been hidden for so long that I haven't shared with people, except for on my blog. IamClearlyCrystal.com. You can go to my blog and you can read a lot about this. I've been hidden there in the field on the World Wide Web, sharing and getting prepared for the second Exodus, when the people will come. It's the field of dreams. He told me years ago, if you build it, they will come. So I've been sharing, even though I knew very, 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 very few people were reading it. Almost nobody. Now I'm sharing it on videos where I know more people will see, even though there's very, 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 very few people watching my videos right now. So I had this epiphany this morning. It's like, okay, I got to get married. It's time for me to get married. What in the world is that going to look like? I can't even imagine. I've been waiting on Father, Jesus Christ, and Holy Spirit to show up. I've been waiting. I'm like, where are you at? But I can't imagine what it's going to be like when they show up. I don't know what it looks like. I can't figure it out. And I'm not supposed to. He told me you'll not see it coming. He's right. I can't see it. It's hidden from view. But I'm curious. And I know I'm falling because I'm sharing my stuff with people, even though I know I sound crazy to you who might be watching this. But I know I'm not crazy, because I've been working my tail off to get rid of all the lies in my mind and my heart. So I'm standing on truth. It's an immovable mountain to me. That's what prophets do, right? they share the truth, even though it's future tense. Here's something that he taught me that was so cool. I love this, and I can't wait to teach this. Okay, on the timeline of history, he was prophesying about Jesus in the beginning with Adam and Eve. And then Abraham, Moses, like all along on the timeline, okay, on the timeline. He was prophesying about the coming Messiah. People didn't believe it. Some didn't. And then he came, and he was crucified, and he rose again. And the Pharisees didn't believe it, right? And then the timeline just keeps moving. It's one direction. And now we're in modern day, and people look back, and Jesus was here, and he was crucified, and he rose again, and then he went back to heaven. And he's the Messiah from the beginning to the end. And people don't believe it. They reject that truth. But the truth is the truth. It never changes. Past, present, and future. So looking forward prophetically, the truth is the truth. You can't change it. It's immutable, right? Looking back, or no, being in the present tense, the truth is the truth. It's unchangeable, right? And then looking backward, the truth is the truth. It doesn't change. It's just your perception that changes, not the truth. So even though I'm speaking truth and it hasn't happened yet, it will happen at some point in time. And then people will receive it. Those that want the truth will receive it. And then those that don't want the truth will not receive it. They'll reject it. But it doesn't change the truth. I'm telling you, okay, that seems like a duh thing, okay? But it's so cool. It's so powerful. He was sharing that with me one day, and I was like, oh yeah, so even though people look at me and they think I'm crazy, the truth will be revealed. And then they'll look back and they'll go, wow, she wasn't crazy. She was telling the truth all the time. How cool is that? It's exciting. I love it. It just thrilled me. So anyway, the truth will be revealed. I'm secure in that. I'm secure that everyone that wants the truth will come to know intimately and experientially the truth. Here, let me just tell you this. Here's something I do. Whenever someone dies that was an enemy to me, they hated me. I got a lot of them. A lot of people have hated me over the years. I always think the same thing in my head when they're dead. I go, well, they know the truth now, don't they? They crossed over to the other side. And now they know the truth. About me. About all things. They know the truth. And unfortunately, that truth won't set them free. It will actually convict them. They will be convicts because they rejected him who is the truth. It will convict them. It didn't convict them in their hearts here, so it will convict them when they cross over into the heavenly realm, because when they attend their final trial, their court, they will be found guilty, and then they will be a convict in hell for rejecting the truth. Pretty cool, huh? So anyway, I was saying to Father, I need to get married. I need this saga to be complete. I need it to be complete. The 33 years that I've been working, it needs to come to completion. My work is done and over with, and the very end of it, I believe, is marriage. To Father, Son, Holy Spirit. How that's going to play out, what that's going to look like, I'm not sure. But it feels like it's time. It's time for me to get married. He said I would be surprised. It would be like the shock of my life. And he said I would be swept off my feet, which I kind of feel like I have been swept off my feet in that river and shot off the waterfall where I'm doing somersaults. But he also said I would fall in love in that fall. So I'm falling. So it's time for me to fall in love, I think, and get married. But I don't know what that looks like. I'm kind of excited about it though, actually. So this morning when I was saying, what do you want me to do the video on? And I was looking through my notes, just trying to come up with something, which, you know, that's not how it works. You got to follow Father. I stopped and I said, okay, my SOP, my MO, I said, Holy Spirit, take me by the hand, lead me to the truth. Jesus, tell me the truth. Father, help me. I need your help. Help me. Tell me what you want me to say. And then I felt like he was saying, share this. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. Just make me look a little bit crazier to the people out there. Not that too many are watching, so there's not a lot to say, wow, she's a wackadoodle. But it's okay if you do. The truth will be revealed. So I'm sharing because Father told me to share this. It's my video diary journal of what's been transpiring the last 24 hours, and not even 24 hours, less than that. But realizing I need to get married. It's time to get married now. I need him to back me up. I need my superpowers. I need to be equipped because I need to bring healing to the masses. And I want to be poured out as a drink offering, the meat. I'm the red heifer, okay? I'm the red heifer offering. So I'm a whole burnt offering. I'm the bread offering. I'm the bread grain offering. I'm the fellowship offering, the peace offering. You know, I've paid the guilt offering, the sin offering. I'm the drink offering, the first fruits. I'm all those offerings in the old covenant. I am all of them, just like Jesus Christ was, because I'm the second Eve. And he was the second Adam, and we both had to be crucified and burnt to a crisp and cooked. You know, the meat had to be cooked so it could be prepared. So I'm the wine offering and the water, which the water is the word. The wine is intoxicating love, which will be poured out. I always say on my blog, this is how I've said it for years, I'm the little teapot. And he fills me up and then he tips me over and pours me out. I'm going to be poured out upon the people. So there you go. It's time for me to be poured out, I believe. This is Passover, man. It's time for the second Exodus to begin. So it's time for me to get married, to be equipped, to be poured out. It's time for me to be filled with that intoxicating love. I'm the stone jars at the wedding where Jesus performed his first miracle and his mom said, turn the water into wine. I've been saying that to him. His mom, turn the water into me, that's in me, the word that you've already put so much truth into me. I need you to do a miracle and turn it into wine. But I also need you, since you've put your perfect flesh on me, you've covered me completely, and now I'm the new wineskin. I need you to fill me with the wine, the intoxicating love, his spirit. I need to be filled with the intoxicating love. I feel like it's time for that to happen. It is time. That's how Bobby says it. It is time. Like Rafiki. So it's time. It's time for me to get married. I need to get married because this needs to be completed. He told me to share that with you. I'm sharing it publicly. There you go. I think my teapot has been tipped over and poured out, and I'm empty now. There you go. Stay tuned. Something good is about to happen, I think. What? I can't imagine. He told me it was beyond anything I could ask for or imagine. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like, but I think it's going to be really good. So I'm excited. And the sun is out. It stopped raining. Thanks for watching. Go to my blog. Check it out. IamClearlyCrystal.com. Like and subscribe. Come back. This is an exciting journey. And you know what? Here's the deal. Even if you think I'm crazy, I can be entertainment for you, right? So like and subscribe and come back and listen and be entertained. I always say, I don't know what your age is, but I'm an 80s girl, okay? I'm 54. And I grew up watching the Dukes of Hazzard. Crazy Cooter coming at you. And I always say it's crazy Crystal coming at you. Because people think I'm crazy. for the way I live. So if you don't believe anything I say, and I unless you are talking to Holy Spirit and he's convicting you and convincing you that I am speaking the truth, you won't believe me. And that's okay. Some things you just need to see to believe. But stay tuned, because I'm telling you something's about to happen. And even if you don't believe yet, come back for entertainment value. I'm okay if you just want to be entertained by me. Okay? Stay tuned. Thanks for coming.